This is how to play The Night of USA by Takayoshi Ohmura, everything but the solo. That's covered in a different video. So we're in tune down a half step, and it's in the key of E minor, then a half step down, so technically E flat minor. The intro is this little pedal tone riff, and I'll just play it slowly here. So what that is we're going on the E, and that's our kind of pedal tone note. And then the D notes are 9, 10, 9, 7, and you go back to the E note on the first time that you hit that 9. So back to E, and then you go down to C. Same pattern, but with C as your pedal tone note there. And then down to G, third string on the third fret on the sixth string. And that's G 2 times. So that's second fret G string. And with the non-pedal tone notes are, so that's 2, open G, 4th fret D string, and then open D string. So, and you're pedal toning between all of those except for that last one, I think. Yeah. And then you slide up to the 9th fret on the G string, so that's an E. And that's just 9G, 7, 10 on the B string. Pluck the open E string, and then back to 10, 7 on the B. And the second time through it, repeats the E. And this time you're going to go down here and play the C down here, and you're playing so it's kind of the same notes as what we played with the G earlier, but the C is the pedal tone. 2, open, 4th fret of the D, and then up here to a little, I guess, G chord. You're on the 5th fret of the A and D string, and then this would be a D chord. You're on the 5th fret of the A string and the 4th fret of the D string. And then slide 5 to 7, E string, and then D, a D note, a 5th fret on the 5th string. And then you're back to the beginning. So he plays that 3 times, and then after the last time, it goes up to E, and it's so I'm pedal toning on that E, and then with these 2 fingers, I'm doing the 7th fret of the G and B string, and then hammering on from the 7th of the B to the 8th. So if you look at just those 2 strings, it's So there's like 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So it's like alternating pedal tones of 2 notes, 1, and then 2, 1, and then it's kind of none because you're pulling off on that last time. So I'll play it slowly. And then we're into the chorus. So you are just going to play an E power chord, and then you're strumming open E, and then onto the C, and you're going. So you're hitting the C on that upstroke, and on the next upstroke you hit it again, and then you're playing the 4th fret of the D string and hammering onto the 5th fret, and it's the same kind of pattern as that. Back to this, and you're just on this open E, back to our little C riff, and then it's 2nd fret to 3rd, and then A, D, back to the E. So I think I got that wrong. It's always after this riff. Back to the E, and then the second time through the, this is the verse. And I like to do A, play a D up here, and then slide up to the D string to your D chord in this shape. And then it's another little riff where you're playing your D chord and hammering on and off on the 7th fret, G and B string, and you're playing it with you're plucking with these 2 fingers, and then you're doing stuff with your pinky where you're hammering onto the 8th fret of the B string. So the deep riff slowly is. And then you slide up to the E, and this kind of the same riff as the intro. Back to the E, and then you're playing 9, 10, D, roll over to the 9th fret of the G, and that's just a 7, 8, 10 on the E string, so that whole thing is. Back to the D, and then C power chord, and then you're into the chorus after that. So the chorus, it's again that same kind of riff to C, and then you're playing open E, plucking the C chord, up to the D power chord, and then you're open D, open string, and that little part is same 7th fret, and we're just hammering on and pulling off on the 8th fret of the B string. So slowly the chorus is. And then it'll go back into the verse, but then so the last part of the song is the bridge, and that is so I'm just going to play it slowly. It's a lot of notes, and you can slow down and just watch it a couple times, but it just repeats that, I think, twice, and then you're into the solo. So, and so you're kind of pedal toning on this 9th fret E string. So, and the same kind of basic chords of E, C, D. And then there's just walking on that. So walk down to the E and then play the up note. So your high notes that you're going are like on the 10, 9, 7 of the D string. And then you're just changing what that like final low note is. So you start on your chord note and then go up to your pedal tone, back to the chord note, back to the pedal tone. And then now same thing, but just with C. And then down to the D, and you're going. So you're just going 5, 4, 7, 5, 5, 4, 7, 5. That's a 6 on the E. And then you're into the solo. And then after the solo, the chorus repeats, and that's how to play Night of USA by Takayoshi Ohmura.